bit of an emote. Well, not sure what you're referring
You're like,
to.
ooh.
Well, I went ooh because, of course, the lap Martis will eventually get a bit of an advantage. When it comes to clear speed, man, this Boxia is just #1. Every time you use your first spell, right, it just resets again and again, and that is what you can abuse as he will get jungled by 3 people.
Oh, that's a 3-man gang on to Vincent, now getting slowed down by Super Moreno. And Super Ken slices the Boxia down. That was a very greedy invade.
TC can be as aggressive as we usually expect him to be until he gets at level 4.
Here's one of the first chances for Cars to actually impact the fight. He has level 4, he might go for it.
Bravest fighter now by Cars. Look at damage coming down. Mortal Coil as well.
Oh!
Cars gets it with the Lapu flickers forward, slices Ken, and even Arashi will be taken out. That's a flicker Divine Judgment, bringing Super Vin back for the taking. The Blue Bulls with the charge of their Matador.
They're angry, man. They see red, and that's their sign to get aggressive. 3 members taken down for the price of none, and Rebellion Zion was still able to get the neutral objective.
Use this Franco pick because that is the main advantage they have, and if the front line isn't really winning out, this Kaja is going to be even more and more dangerous. So I think EXP and Rome, the frontliners from both teams, are the ones that really have a huge responsibility in this game of cat and mouse. Or robot and bull, technically.
Uh-oh, the top lane.
Divine Judgment pulling Vin away, and now he gets caught in the immobility field of the back part of the real world manipulation. Very, very interesting stuff there. Now Bravest Fighter, Super Ken gonna be melted down right now, but he's still able to find an opening, and he gets it. No! It's way low! First it was the XP, now it's the mid! Car surviving, and that's a shield unity onto Shibe, who's not gonna be able to run away for long. He flickers out though, and now Suelo finishes him off! That's a bloody hunt, but he already got the kill. Moreno looking for one final hit, and Arashi not connecting. Suelo might be able to maneuver out of this. That's a flicker forward, and Moreno picks it up. Bigetron Alpha losing again.
Bigetron Alpha planning because this Bruno is just rolling out of control, man. Farming up a storm, not taken out, and they're still way behind Narasi now.
That's a DPZ, a defensive penalty zone that doesn't get him anywhere. Vincent with the shields takes him out.
It's here for Super Ken, but the fact is he's 2 levels below Vincent, and now Rebellion Zion, they're trying to make things worse in this bottom lane. And Super Vin doesn't get it.
Man, they went for a bit of a cut there to isolate Bigetron Alpha from their own base, but Rebellion pulled back quite well. Now it's a 4v5 though, so Bigetron Alpha, they have to try and do something unless Rebellion goes for it.
If they win this again, it's Cars! How does he do it again? 2 retries, but the XP laner gets it. Meanwhile, up top, Highs again picks another tier 1 for free.
Loses vision and control in the jungle. It's going to be even more difficult for them to find any opportunity to try and turn this game around.
That's the crazy thing though, right, Arashi? Franco's hook. Franco on Vin. This was a Franco that was feared internationally. Respect banned against RRQ when Vin was their roamer. And look at this performance now.
Bloody Hunt only onto Audi TZ. That's a penalty zone onto 2 in the back right now. Shiva's going to be targeted down. Finds a torn apart memory to get 1 kill back. Cars with the Bravest Fighter take Shiva down. And Narashi gets taken out by High. Super Ken waiting. Suelo flickers out to safety. No decimation chance for Super Ken.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Paying for it. Rebellion Zion completely controlling the game this time. You can even see the discipline come through. Highs picks up another turret for free. Up top is a tier 2 as they continue to build a slow push down below to maximize the Lord usage.
I'm actually curious to see how the items are going for Bigetron Alpha. Because there should be a sliver of opportunity that Bigetron Alpha can hold on to, right? It's not the end.
I think that's only going to come when Rebellion Zion overgroup and a big combo, a big penalty zone to a real-world manipulation gets landed. But no, Audi goes in.
Whoa, on Super Vin, they get caught in the penalty zone, and the real-world manipulation does its work. Audi taken low, but in the back, the Rashi gets taken low as well. Forced to run away, Super Ken now marching forward, not finding Cars, as he's able to use the anti-CC in the Bravest Fighter to escape. It's still a 1-for-0 for the Blue Bulls.
To really find these opportunities.
I guess technically, Narashi can still be that person to initiate, right? Can he create a counter engage when Audi TZ goes in?
I think he definitely can.
Oh!
Whoa!
Okay, Bloody Hunt locking Audi TZ down. The decimation does its work. The corner part memory executes him. Narashi going to be stunned up. Cars, no Bravest Fighter. That might actually be the chance and opening for Bigetron Alpha. So look for more. Iron Hook this time does not connect. Bigetron still trying to contest for the Lord. 3-level difference between the junglers.
Uh-oh. This is a man advantage for Bigetron Alpha, and it looks like they're continuing to open vision and create more space for themselves, but look at Cars go in.
Bravest Fighter once again, the real world manipulation stolen away. That's a penalty zone onto the back. The Narashi flickering back. Vincent dodging away from the Iron Hook. Highs! Amor forcing a defensive real world. He flickers forward, gets the kill! Highs! Once again with the help of the team, baits Super Ken in, and he has turned the fight around. 4v5, no problem for the Blue Bulls.
What play was that by Highs? You would never expect that to ever work, and he gets out unscathed.
That is footwork you would expect to see in a soccer match, man. What was that?
Oh my god, football.
Messi or Neymar technically, but what was that, dude? He just juked everything. And he made sure that he went for the right target, and Bigetron Alpha, you can tell they were just caught completely off guard. And now, whoa, that's a hook.
And a Bloody Hunt, and some turret damage, and a DPZ from the side of Sway Low, but it's still for the base turret. Traded in. Was it worth it? Shut down.
I think that wasn't very worth it at all, considering that it was not necessary. But it shows you again, the later the game goes, the more this Iron Hook has weight and has momentum. Penetration. On top of that, the Wind of Nature allows him to really bully Super Ken if he does try and go for some kind of zoning play. And along with that, Sway Low, man, he has a lot of damage right now, so he cannot be ignored in the middle of these fights. As the hook misses, this might be the chance for Rebellion.
You can see the Lord raise his trident. That's the charge to take the base turret down in the bottom lane. Retribution on the Super Ken. Out, he's easy. Flicker Divine Judgment. Narashi trying to save his jungler right now, but Bloody Hunt locks Vincent down to the back. That's him taken out, but only the immortality. The real world manipulation does its work. The execute is finally there. They've dealt with Rebellion Zion's frontliner. Now they have to deal with the rest.
As a bait for a fight, but they're just sidestepping everything.
3 times, Audi TZ has dodged away. Just, yeah, sidestepped the Iron Hook. He is a Franco main, so he knows exactly how long the range of that Iron Hook is, and he's just bullying Vin on this Kaja matchup against the Franco.
And he has wings.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I mean, you see those wings even matter as Bigetron Alpha. They're able to actually still get some ground, get some contest, and you can just tell the Rebellion Zion, they are very concerned. Where is the Franco? Where is the hook gonna come from? They see it now though, this might be the chance.
That's a window, an opening. Cars has the Twilight Armor, Flicker, Bloody Hunt now with the penalty zone as well. The damage coming in from Shive right now, this way low, turn of memory as well. Melting them down, but Cars has used the Bravest Fighter, still has the Twilight Armor. Rebellion Zion have the advantage, and Bigetron Alpha respects that advantage. They move back, fall back, and they go back to their base to defend it.
It's crazy because Bigetron Alpha utilized every single resource that they had, and Rebellion Zion was still able to sustain through that damage. You can actually say that Bigetron Alpha, they're a very resource-based team in terms of their damage, right? Shive needs torn apart memory, Super Moreno, real world manipulation. So when all these resources are utilized, that's like the window, the ticket for Rebellion Zion to push forward, and there we go.
Mistake from Narashi. They wanted to pull it up to the turret right now. The torn apart memory is going to be used up. Top lane cleared out. Lord cleared out. Audi TZ walks a bit far into Bigetron's territory, but the robots have defended. Rebellion Zion with another siege, with another minion wave in the mid lane, coming down first. Super Ken walking up, getting pulled down by the Divine Judgment. Narashi with the penalty zone into the real world manipulation, but Cars as well goes in with the Bravest Fighter, stuns 3 members. Narashi falling back with the damage reduction, but the penalty zone from Sway Low connects onto 3. That might be it. Highs finds the kill. Super Vin with the Iron Hook that does not connect, but Highs, he doesn't need to connect on the skill shots. That's a decimation though, and now it might be the resets. Super Ken looking for another. Vincent taking low. Sway Low in the back, getting a splash of damage one more time. Super Moreno to bring out the waves. Cars the Bravest Fighter looking for the damage onto the base. Super Ken on the back, zoning Vincent away. Audi, Sway Low, and Cars. They'll do it. Game number 1.
Bigetron Alpha were defending for their lives there. Super Ken a single man. He was holding the fate of his entire team on his shoulders.
To be really hard to kill, or if he gets a lead in the early game, I would say even impossible to kill. A Brock in the XB. Narashi going with Cerezo's comfort pick. Let's see how. Oh no, it's Vin. I forgot.
Or against the Charizla?
I think in the laning phase, he definitely gets a bit more benefit, a bit more value right there, because he will have more damage. Whereas the penalty zone, it's a bit more of a utility tool. So we'll see how that plays out. Maybe Bigetron Alpha will try and get something, get more of a team fight before that even becomes a factor. But you can see that Vincent is just having free reign right here. No real danger targeted towards him from everyone else from the side of Bigetron Alpha.
But at this point, both of these junglers are still with the same EXP. So we can expect Super Ken to look for something crazy, but here we go.
Onward, Earth Shatter, dodge away from, by the Thorn Rose. Vincent pops the Poissons, gets caught in the penalty zone right now. Retreat battle! And it's Vincent, despite the Phantom execution, gets out the Poissons, baits Narashi in for the Primal Wrath of Cars to deal the damage, enough to take him down. And Audi now just tying Vin up.
Flame Zion utilizing that previous advantage to go even more aggressive.
Oh! Vincent gets it again. 2 Retri wins in a minute. Vincent using the shield. Super Ken recalls. And I think it's no longer just the Baksha diff or Rashi. It might just be a Retri diff. Cars up top, 1v1. Oh, walking him down. One more basic attack. Oh no, the robot comes back. And Cars is unable to finish Narashi off.
That's what I was expecting, right? Because pre-level 4, Narashi on the Charizla can still weave in and weave out with his... Oh man, no way!
Now you see
Moreno.
him. Now you don't.
Because if they just try and burst down the main guy, the hard guard just stops that in its tracks.
Another fun fact would be we have too many cars in Indonesia. And Bigetron's definitely suffering from that. They're getting cars all over their face. In front again, trying to zone Super Vin. Super Ken jumps in with a puncture. Cars with the Earth Shatter. Vincent dodge away from the penalty zone into Retribution. Won by Super Ken. Cars pops into penalty, or the Primal Wrath rather. And Vincent jumps in with a shield unity. Super Moreno forced to use the black shoes, and it's a real world manipulation. What? Point blank.
He gets caught out, and that's him being traded
no!
out, and Super Ken
No way.
doesn't even secure his orange buff. That's a Grand Theft Orange.
By a little girl. Audi TZ on the Angela.
That's a painful result, man. Super Ken, he's pressured. Now he's gonna lose his purple buff as well.
It's not. It's a horrible day to be Super Ken.
Fortunately for him, he does get the orange buff for the first time in a long time. But now, no retribution for the turtle. This is just all according to plan for Rebellion. As you can see, Super Ken nowhere in position. They might just rush it down.
No purple buff yet. He finally gets it, but it's a bit too late for the fight already now. Super Moreno forcing the black shoes. Narashi getting melted down. Super Vin with a wild charge onto 2. Now with the Worldie as well. It bounces back and forth. Cars 1 HP gets out. Super Ken with a puncture. Vincent getting melted down. That's a perfect execution to the back from Super Ken, but he will get executed as well.
What was that? I mean, can you imagine getting 2-0 by Rebellion Zion? Like literally the opposite effect from what we saw from leg number 1. And that's a really far fall for Bigetron Alpha, being a representative at ISF and all in between, but look at this.
Oh no, Cars just took it like a man, Primal Wrath. And the hard guard wasn't even used. Vincent goes in, flicker forward from Cars, forcing a flicker from Shiva. Now it's penalty zones to lock Cars away. Still able to onward out, but the wall stops them in their tracks. Bigetron Alpha find 1.
So he just says, "You shall not pass," and bears him away. Now without Cars available for 18 seconds, will Bigetron Alpha force a fight? Because even if Cars is not on the table, everyone else is still pretty far ahead. Vincent is definitely looking for a chance to swing the game in his balance yet again.
Okay, little by little, they're poking Vincent down. They still have sustain. BTR taking it slow this time. They have an advantage, but not for long. Cars is already back up.
Lilia's starting to hurt though, right? Vincent is just the brunt, the receiver of all this damage.
Oh! Vincent! What the heck? Dirty! The drive-by, and now even Highs on the Tiger gets a kill onto Super Vin. Vincent.
now as Rebellion now with the Lord coming in. They have a very solid team fight composition and they do have long range with Suelo on that Eve as well. This might be their chance to just go for a long siege and force Bigetron Alpha to let go of base turrets or fight out and sacrifice some members.
And now what did Bigetron Alpha do? It's only the first Lord, but they're behind by so much. Trying to defend. Superman looking for an engage on this Grok, but gets poked down instead by Highs Amor. Meanwhile, Vincent versus Super Ken. Phantom execution defensively. It's a 1v1 and Vincent just goes for the farm instead. He says the farm is more important.
And Super Ken forced to recall here, but Suelo.
Real world manipulation. Well, Super Reno forced to use the black shoes, and the Rashi jumps in desperation. Suelo gets the kill back, able to flicker out. Now Super Ken bobbing and weaving with a puncture. No minions necessary. High just takes it down with the help of his frontliners. Please damage.
He's not allowed to play at all.
Jeez.
And curiously enough, I think higher up than Heisemore is actually Cars. He is performing as a DPS role, and that is going to allow Highs to actually maneuver around more freely because they will definitely be having a lot of attention onto this Edith.
There's definitely a lot more targets that they need to work with, right? And you can see here now the Lord Dance starting to begin. Both these teams are tangoing with one another.
Ooh.
But the problem is, oh, there you go, that's the problem.
Superbrain gets melted down. Power Nature doesn't save him. Oh my god, Highs, what? Jumps in with a hard guard, now saving him. He gets out of the penalty zone, kiting the world. Shive gets taken out. It's a double. Looking for a triple. Running Narashi down. That might be it. No. Audi, you had to do it. What? The one retry victory. It's Super Ken with the Lord Steal.
He gets the Lord against all odds. 3 members, his 3 friends were taken out, but still Super Ken was able to delay the inevitable. Let's see if it can count as, look at this, the 5-man from Rebellion Zion. They're looking to take down the Lord right at the base of Bigetron Alpha.
Let's see how they utilize the Lord. I don't think they can utilize it much, only to defend and to prolong this game. Superman respawns, tries to escort the Lord, but it's in vain. There's no way they can keep that Lord alive.
All the members from Rebellion try to recover. Supervin caught quite alone right here. Fortunate for Bigetron, that steal, quote-unquote, has given him some time. But if you look at that fight, man, I think it began with Super Ken literally just ignoring the rest of his team getting jumped on, focusing on the Lord. For Bigetron Alpha, with 3 members still level 13 right now, they're really losing out in EXP, in the power, the base power of their skills and spells. So for now, they are at a disadvantage, but Sive already has the Great Dragon Spear, so he can make the kiting plays, but I think against a Boxia, against an Angela, it's going to be a bit too difficult. So once again, I think as long as Rebellion does not group up together for the AoE from Super Marino, this could still be a very decisive fight for Rebellion.
Suelo's the biggest threat for Sive. The team needs to open up in a way where Suelo cannot use that RWM on him. Oh, Power of Nature, Cars already with Earth Shatter. Both teams still playing it safe. Onward on the Super Vid. Now it's going to be Super Ken jumping into the Lord. Shive granted some space. Cars now into real world manipulation. Baited out already. Super Ken versus Vincent right now. The retreat goes to Super Ken. Narashi in the front. Bigetron will sacrifice Narashi for the Lord.
Timers going for constant 5v4s.
This is it. This is the final push in for Rebellion Zion. Despite Bigetron Alpha being able to get this Lord, can they prolong the inevitable here? And it looks like they can. Rebellion Zion forced to retreat, forced to deal with this Lord first as Super Ken looking for an aggressive play.
Oh. Wild charge flicker, Suelo going to be assassinated in the back right now. The hard guard comes in out to Highs, not onto Suelo, but it is a trade. A jungler for the mid laner right now as Highs deals the damage onto the back. So Moreno already using the black shoes, getting chased down. One more shot, doesn't get it. Shive, with the help of the conceal, tries to go for an aggressive maneuver. The Lord will charge up and find a turret up top. No, Vincent stops it in its tracks and Cars shatters the ground.
I feel like a glowing one, or if not a synergy, maybe a genius one to try and boost Cars' damage as well, could really be beneficial in a teamfight setting. But with the waves pushing by default for Rebellion, can they once again, I don't know, just bait Bigetron Alpha and allow a more guaranteed result rather than a 50-50?
That's definitely the question here. All resources are up, so we can expect either Super Ken to position aggressively onto Suelo, or Supervin finding a proper engage onto Rebellion Zion here. But that Lord is already at half health. Super Ken's able to bait it out and actually reset it. And the tension is just building between these two teams.
Look at the wave on the top side now. Sive is moving towards it. This could be the opportunity that Rebellion is waiting for. They jump on it.
They know it's a green light. No marksman. That means they will lose out in a team fight. That's why Rebellion squared up. Super Cat, a puncture to dodge away from the Earth Shatter, but not from the onward. Defensive. Thorn Rose and a Phantom Execution. Cars gets caught in the wild charge. Now melted down by Super Moreno, who's caught in the real world manipulation. Able to back up with the black shoes. Shive is back. Minuwave up top. Still held down. Cars recalling. Highs already having the hard guard on him. Jumping onto Super Ken, dealing some damage. Phantom Execution used up. They want to force it. They want to go for it. Narashi gets melted down. Super Ken! He finds it! The retribution is on point! They need to back away. Highs getting gunned down right there. Shive needs one more shot, but he decides to back away. The Evolved Lord has been cleared out. It's up for Bigetron Alpha. 2 for 0 though was the trade in kills.
Again,
See, they didn't try to punish that power of nature. Moreno now has an immortality, so basically 2 additional health bars. The black shoes and the immortality now.
a little bit more safe to sustain her through these team fights. That is going to be very important, but up until this point, Bigetron Alpha has not been able to successfully take down Sway Low and give Shive the space for him to deal out the damage. Sure, he's picked up a BOD, but what does that BOD mean if he can't even get close or get in range to deal the damage he was built for?
You almost wonder if it's better for him to just go for more sustainability so that he can at least take more risks in the middle of these team fights. It looks like Highs, he has a plan right here. We've seen Watt do crazy things, flanks with the Irithel before. Rebellion Zion, they might be sick of going for the front to back. They might go for the dives instead.
Oh, some good damage there. You see that damage only from one of the empowered basic attacks from Shive, and Cars gets taken out that much. They still have the healing though, so it's no problem for Rebellion Zion. Super Ken getting chunked quite low. Punctures onto the Lord. Narashi trying to zone Rebellion Zion away. Sway Low puts some damage back on. Onward Earth Shatter connecting on the Narashi. The penalty zone canceled away right now. Super Ken versus Vincent. That's a brilliant wild charge to cancel it out. One member down. Bigetron running for the hills. Highs is chasing them down. Super Ken gets the puncture. Super Moreno able to zone Highs down. Vin gets caught. Sway Low finds his position. Cars is here as well. Vin flickers out, trying to buy some time. Power of nature as well. Vincent now the shield unity. Beautiful timing, but it's not timed perfectly enough.
And that might be the end of it.
Actually might be 10 seconds on Narashi. Rebellion can try to stagger. Oh, what a play from Cars! Earth Shatter Flicker finds it. Super Ken cutting the waves. Now this might be the last hope. He's doing everything he can, even the retribution. Earth Shatter again from Cars. Narashi is respawned back up. Super Moreno dealing damage. Sway Low, one final hit. The winner Truncheon buys him some time, but it's all inevitable. Super Ken, the only member left standing, and the Bulls will charge through. The Red Robots, clean sweep.
The clean sweep are Indonesian.
My skin is pale, but I'm a black sheep. Riding through the city, Satan in the backseat. Hey yo, that's me, I run it like a track meet. A rap fiend, I set the bar high like an athlete. Step in the booth and Zach gon' drop that 808. Cause the vibe is dope and the beat is cracking, now it's getting laced. I'm sharp as a razor blade, I can blow your mind like JFK. I do what I want, you ain't gonna box me in like David Blaine. We get it poppin', homie, day and night. Got the party jumping, about to break the ice. Stay up on my grind, that's my way of life. I got tunnel vision, I'ma chase that ray of light. Stay up on my grind, that's my way of life. And when a Filipina tells me Malakita, I put 2 and 2 together like a ballerina. This music is more than a paycheck, no money in the bank cause I make sense. I put in work till I'm brain dead. I spit a fast soul like a break next, and the crowd goes wild, AM mayhem. We get it pop. popping, homie, day and night. Got the party jumping, about to break the ice. Stay up on my grind, that's my way of life. I got tunnel vision, I'ma chase that ray of light.